What's up guys, Aishman this side and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we are going to talk about ISB's YLP program, my experience of applying for it and how I got into ISB YLP with an average academic record and an average GMAT score. And I have divided this video into two different parts. In the first part, I am going to tell you about ISB and ISB's YLP program, and then in the second part, we will talk about all the different strategies and tips and tricks that I use to crack ISB YLP. So ISB is a B school and MBA college, and it has two different campuses in India, one in Hyderabad and one in Mohali. And ISB has been ranked as number 1 in India and number 23 globally by the Financial Times Global MBA Rankings 2021. So as you can guess, it is one of the highest rated B schools in India. But one thing that sets ISB apart from other B schools such as IIMs or XLRI or FMS Delhi is that to get into ISB, you need to have a minimum work experience of 2 years. Whereas if you talk about IIMs, you can get into IIM with or without work experience. But for ISB, a minimum work experience of 2 years is mandatory. So obviously you cannot attend ISB's MBA program directly after your college, but you can still apply for ISB's MBA program while you are in college through their deferred MBA program. ISB YLP Young Leaders Program is ISB's deferred MBA program through which college students who are in their final or pre-final year can apply for ISB's flagship MBA program while they are in their college. And basically what happens in this deferred MBA program is that once you get it, once you crack the ISB YLP, after that you have to go get 2 years or 20 months of work experience at least, and then once you get that, you will directly get a seat into ISB's MBA program. And even though I don't have any official figures or records, but from what I have heard, every year approximately 5 to 6,000 students apply for ISB's YLP program and only 100 students actually ultimately crack it. So a selection rate of approximately 2%. So once you get selected for ISB's YLP program, you will be attending the same MBA program that was attended by some notable alumni such as Ankur Wareku, the founder and CEO of Nearby.com and now a big content creator also. Also Aman Gupta, the founder and CMO of Boat Electronics. Even if we talk about the placement statistics, they have pretty impressive numbers over here. From a domestic average package of 20 lakhs per annum in 2017 to 27 lakhs per annum in 2021, with over 1,000 companies participating in the recruiting process such as Boston Consulting Group, Citibank, Deloitte, I think all the big 4 companies and a lot more. So if you are a college student and you want to get admission into one of the highest rated B schools, not only in India but globally, then you should definitely check out ISB and its YLP program. Alright, so now that we understand what ISB and what ISB YLP is, let's talk about all the different tips, tricks and strategies that I use to crack ISB YLP in my pre-final year. But before we talk about that, you have to understand that all these B schools look for two distinct qualities in every candidate. One is their academic skills and second, their leadership skills. And ideally, you should try to strike a balance between both of these and have good academics also as well as good leadership experience or leadership skills also. But if any one aspect of your profile is lagging for any reason, you should make sure that you make up for it in the second aspect. For example, in my case, my academics were not great. I had pretty average academics. While applying for YLP, I had a CGPA of 7.2 and a GMAT score of 700, which is pretty average to be honest. But I made up for my weaker academic record by showing and displaying my leadership skills in my profile, and I'll tell you how. So during my college life, I started my own startup by the name of My JEE Mentor, in which we used to mentor JEE aspirants for their JEE preparations. Even though it was not a very widely successful startup, I closed it by 2019, but still having a startup experience, having the experience of starting your own business, working with a team, managing a lot of people, I think that added a lot to my YLP profile. In fact, during my stage 3 interview round, I think my interview was around 25 minutes long, and out of those 25, we talked about my startup for 15 minutes. So I think that's how important my startup experience was. Apart from this, I was also involved in a lot of extracurricular activities during my college life. I took a lot of position of responsibilities. I was a part of the student council. I was the cultural secretary of my college life. I was also the president of the dance club. I was involving in organizing multiple TEDx events in my college. In my last year, I was the lead organizer of TEDx IIIT Delhi, and I took a lot of other position of responsibilities also during my college life. And I think having this experience of working with team, taking leads and developing my leadership skills, I think this added a lot to my YLP profile once again. And guys, I would like to take some time out over here and tell you about my channel. On this channel, I keep posting videos about stock market, investing, cryptocurrency, personal finance, etc. every week. And if you are interested in all these topics, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button right now. And finally, I completed 3 internships during my college life. First one was in ENY as a web development intern. Second one was in Urban Clap as a business development intern, and finally the third one was in IIM Ahmedabad as a data analysis intern. And 2 of these 3 were before my YLP stage 1, and the third one was right after my stage 1. And since all of you are college students while applying for ISB YLP, obviously you do not have any professional work experience, and that is why having an internship experience, having multiple internship experience is very important, and they definitely add to your profile. So obviously I'm not trying to brag about all my achievements and activities that I did during my college life. What I'm trying to convey over here is that all these B schools, especially top-notch B schools like ISB, IIMs, etc., they look for leadership abilities, leadership skills and leadership experience in all the people that have applied for their MBA programs. And that is why it's very important that you try to display your management and your leadership skills in your profile. It can be through any form. It could be either in the form that you are a sports captain, you have led any sports team, or you had your own startup, or you took multiple positions of responsibilities in your college, or you were working with an NGO and you took a lot of initiatives. It could be in any form, but it's important that you display your leadership skills in your profile. And even though, as I said, I had a pretty average academic record while applying for ISB YLP, but I try to compensate for it by displaying my leadership skills, my leadership abilities, my experience of working in teams and taking leads and initiatives. And you should also do the same while writing your application for ISB YLP. So now finally let's talk about a few tips and strategies that you should follow while filling in your application form for ISB YLP. So if we talk about the education details part, you really don't have a lot of flexibility or subjectivity over there. You simply have to tell them about your educational background, your universities, your school, and whatever academic marks that you have got till now. So there's not a lot of subjectivity over there कि मैं क्या बताऊँ या क्या ना बताऊँ. But if we talk about the other parts of the application process, the awards and activities section, the hobbies section, the extracurricular section, and most importantly the essay part, there you have a lot of flexibility, a lot of subjectivity, and that is your best chance of telling them why you deserve to get into ISB YLP. And while filling in all these details, you should try and make sure that you display 4 things in your profile. 1, that you are a good leader, you have leadership skills. 2nd, that you take initiatives. 3rd, that you are a team member, you know how to work in a team. And 4th and finally, what unique things you bring to the table. And remember that you should show, not tell. So don't simply write कि I am a good leader, I am a good team member. You don't have to tell them. You have to show them from your experience and from your profile. For example, if we talk about the award section, over there you can either add your awards and achievements which show a great academic record or great academic excellence, or you can talk about the different awards which reflect upon your leadership and teamwork skills. Maybe you led a team and won a sports tournament, tell them about that. Or maybe you took an initiative and got recognized by the government or any other esteemed body. Tell them about that also. One more part of the profile which a lot of applicants underutilize is the hobbies section. Instead of simply writing that my hobbies are dance, music and playing cricket, you should try to reflect upon the skills that we talked about in the hobbies section also. For example, you can talk about your hobby of being a content creator, of creating content on YouTube, Instagram, or writing on Quora or Medium. Or you can talk about all the different social initiatives that you have taken, your hobby of working with NGOs, or maybe you're into organizing fests, you like to organize different events, so that can also be a hobby. So use the hobby section also to show them why you are different and why you deserve to get into ISB. And finally, let's talk about the essay part, which I think is the most important part of the YLP application process, and a few tips that you should follow while writing your essay. First of all, keep it simple, keep it normal, good, understandable English language. You don't have to use a lot of complicated, flamboyant, I know that doesn't make sense, but flamboyant English words or use a lot of jargons. Try to keep a normal, simple English. Obviously, the English, the grammar, the vocabulary should be correct, but don't try to complicate the way you frame your sentences. Secondly, keep in mind that you have to display your leadership skills and your other skills also once again in your essay. They are not asking you to write an essay because they want to hear something interesting from your side. Obviously, the essay should be interesting, but remember and keep this in mind that you have to display your leadership skills in this essay also. And once again, show, don't tell. Don't tell them that you are a great leader in your essay. Show them with your experience or any story that you had or any real life experience. Show them through that how you took an initiative or you led a team, what you learned from it, how it changed you as a person, and how it made you a better candidate for ISB. Alright, so with that we have come at the end of this video. I hope you liked it. I wish you all the best for your ISB YLP application, and if you liked the content, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.